Disneyland theme park ticket prices have gone up once again. The Matterhorn has reopened. Fall crowds are reaching a fever pitch, and lots of progress happening right now at the Paradise Pier Hotel. That and so much more. It's time to drop into Disneyland. Hey there, hi there, ho there, you are as welcome as can be. How's it going, everybody? Wade for the Kingdom Report, back with you once again, covering all the latest Disneyland updates, Disneyland news, and changes coming out of the happiest place on Earth, the Disneyland Resort, covering both theme parks, the Downtown Disney District, and of course all three Disneyland Resort hotels for you today. Lots to talk about, a lot of specifics that have come out of the Walt Disney Company concerning Disneyland's immediate future that we are absolutely going to detail for you here during this update. Let's start out by heading on over to New Orleans Square, where we're going to check in on the Haunted Mansion holiday attraction. Crowds as we head closer towards Halloween. No doubt this is one of the hot ticket rides that everybody wants to experience. It is not uncommon to see Haunted Mansion Holiday go from 60 to even 140, 150 minutes or more on an average day as we close in on the Halloween holiday. That is something consistent across the board, not just with Haunted Mansion Holiday, but a variety of attractions as the crowds reach a fever pitch and reservations book out throughout the days leading up to Halloween. The wait times for many attractions surge above 25, 35, 45 minutes or more, depending on the land and the park. California Adventure being one of those that sees increased demand, especially on Halloween party days where the Oogie Boogie Bash takes place. This is the park that will see crazy crowds throughout the day on a party day because everybody tries to get in their California Adventure experience before the park closes early for the Oogie Boogie Bash. On many days, as mentioned, no reservations are available, this coming on the heels of Disneyland raising ticket prices for one-day tickets as well as park hopper tickets, and now, based on the tiers that you have to purchase on how busy a day might be, the prices have again gone up. All things to consider for your next trip to the Disneyland Resort. Well, we do have some good news for you over here in Fantasyland, and that is that the Matterhorn bobsleds have returned after a few months of refurbishment. This attraction, as always, one that has to be rebuilt from within, believe it or not, mainly because it is kind of falling apart. A big wooden roller coaster that continues to be sort of piece by piece reinstalled for the sake of it not collapsing in on itself and being an attraction that can live on for generations to come. If you are looking forward to riding the Matterhorn, you now have your opportunity once again. Elsewhere in Fantasyland, something worth mentioning is that the Fantasyland Theater only seems to host the Tale of the Lion King show now on weekends. So even as busy as things have become, this is still just weekend entertainment from here on out, having 5 shows a day on Saturday and Sunday. It's a great show, totally worth checking out. However, if you come during the week and those are the only days of your trip, you will be, unfortunately, out of luck. And if you haven't heard yet, the Disney Company is about to celebrate 100 years in operation, and the Disney 100 celebration is going to be centered at the Disneyland Resort. New nighttime spectaculars, the Magic Happens Parade is coming back, and in addition to all of it, some dazzling decor will make its way into the parks, not just onto the characters, but the castle itself, Sleeping Beauty Castle, going to get this makeover come January. Looking forward to seeing that. And if you're a fan of the classic It's a Small World, well, you better set sail pretty darn soon because it is about to go under the knife for It's a Small World holiday install. That starts October the 24th and runs through November the 10th. And just in front of It's a Small World and Small World Mall, this space was dedicated to distanced character meet and greets during the pandemic era. Well, they've decided to keep that around and allow for more people to be able to meet characters in this space. And they've now themed it to It's a Small World with these custom backdrops, looking pretty good. We jump from Fantasyland on over to Critter Country now, where Splash Mountain is preparing for its shutdown to be rethemed to the new Princess and the Frog attraction. We know that out in Walt Disney World, the Magic Kingdom version of this ride is already setting dates and getting underway with the overhaul. We anticipate at this point that this attraction will run in operation as it is currently until January when it normally shuts down for a refurbishment and then will likely change hands. Over in Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, it is worth noting that the hottest ticket in town continues to be Rise of the Resistance, the mega e-ticket attraction that happens to be in the back part of this land. However, it's unfortunate to share that every time we have visited this space in the last 3 months, Rise of the Resistance has been down. That's right, not operating. And with prices soaring for Genie Plus and the Lightning Lane aspect of this attraction, it's really unfortunate to see that more and more people are unable to get on, even when they have it planned and have paid for it. This is becoming far too routine, to a point that it's almost like Indiana Jones, where it goes down multiple times a day and stays that way for long periods of time before it can be set back up again because it is so complex. Hopefully, Disneyland gets that figured out at some point in the near future. We jump back to Toontown now, where the land remains off limits for the time being as they continue to overhaul the entirety of that land, making it brand new and re-theming it to a certain degree to better complement the Runaway Railway attraction that is coming to us in the new year. Disney recently released the date for this attraction to open, and it's sooner than anticipated. No longer are we waiting for spring like they said. In fact, it will be ready to rock and roll come January 27th, 2023. From Toontown to Adventureland we go, mainly to check in on the project that just never seems to end, and that is what was Tarzan's Treehouse remains behind scrims. No announcement at the D23 Expo, no further conversation from Disney corporate about exactly what's going into this space. However, they are actively working on it every time we are there. We'll keep our eye on it for you and let you know of any new developments. We move on up to Main Street USA now, where the guided tours are back. For the first time since before the pandemic shutdown, guided tours have returned, including a new option for tours, and that is Walt's Main Street Story, replacing the Walk in Walt's Footsteps tour. This is a tour that allows you the opportunity to get a peek behind the scenes. As you notice here, a group coming out with their tour guide from backstage. They also have an opportunity to go upstairs above the Disneyland Fire Department to see Walt Disney's own personal apartment. Sacred ground, to say the least, and a very intimate experience, no doubt, that allows you an opportunity to get in touch with Walt firsthand. Love those tunes from the Disneyland Band in Frontierland, digging a little deeper from Princess and the Frog. We head on over to California Adventure Park, where, yes, it is true, we get questions about this from time to time, the 1 p.m. crossover time is still being enforced for anybody with a Park Hopper ticket. So if you're at Disneyland to start your day, you can only cross over California Adventure starting at 1 p.m. Otherwise, they make you wait outside until that point. And as mentioned a little bit earlier, California Adventure does close early on Halloween party days, where the Oogie Boogie Bash takes place, and typically the park is bursting at the seams throughout the day as guests try and get in all their California Adventure time before they get booted on out. Into Hollywoodland we go, where the animation building still has one thing that remains closed at this time. We check in on it for you every few updates, and unfortunately, it is still out of commission. You see some hints right here. That's right, it is the character close-up location that was the home for Anna and Elsa meet and greets. It's so bizarre. They welcomed back the Princess close-up character interaction location at Disneyland several months ago, but Anna and Elsa have yet to return to their home in Hollywoodland at California Adventure. In the Hollywood Studios backlot area, we head on over here to take a look at what seems to be a closed Monsters, Inc. Mike and Sully to the Rescue attraction. However, that is not the case. just facade work going on. However, it will be shutting down once again starting November the 1st through the 19th. Over in Avengers Campus, there is some good news to share, and that is that the Web Slingers attraction, the Spider-Man ride, well, it is being removed from the upcharge end of Genie Plus. As Genie Plus prices go up and Lightning Lane continues to soar for things like Rise of the Resistance at Disneyland, Web Slingers has been removed from that list, and now more people will be able to access it through Lightning Lane. Something definitely worth checking out if you haven't already is the Plaza de la Familia, a celebration of Coco in the Paradise Garden section of the park. This does run all the way up until Halloween, so you still got a few days left. And just across from the Little Mermaid attraction, Embarcadero Gifts, the tiny shop here on the corner of the San Francisco Street, has reopened for the first time since the pandemic shut down. Frankly, I didn't anticipate this store was ever going to reopen at the rate in which they kept it closed. However, it is back in action now. Get your accessories, get your goodies right here at Embarcadero Gifts. We slide on over to the Grizzly Peak recreation area now, where walls remain up in front of the billboard of the land because the iconic plane that usually sits here, well, it's being restored off-site, as we've been chronicling for you over the last month or two. Hoping to see that back very soon. And if you're somebody that cannot wait past Halloween to see the holiday season be rung into the Disneyland Resort, well, you don't have to wait very long. In fact, you can show up to the Grizzly Peak recreation area right now and see some decorations for yourself. That's right, bows, garland, lights, as well as ornaments, and even over at Russian River Outfitters, a wreath. Yep, the holiday season is inching in right behind Halloween. They are not even waiting for the season to be done before these decorations go up. Disney's Grand Californian Hotel and Spa, Disneyland's most luxurious of all of the hotel properties, mainly to show you that all the rehab work that we did see a couple weeks ago, what's wrapped up finally. There was so much in terms of scrims and scaffolding in this very tight-knit area just outside the main lobby going towards Storyteller's Cafe. Fortunately, those walls have come down, the scrims have come down, and you can breathe again. As we made mention in the last update, when those walls are up, it really makes things feel a bit, we'll just say, suffocating. And we move across the street to the Paradise Pier Hotel, or what was the Paradise Pier Hotel, now being transformed into Pixar Place Hotel. We learned at the D23 Expo that would be the new name. Walls have gone up, scaffolding is everywhere, visible changes are underway to this hotel property. It is still open, even though it may not look like it. They've removed various elements of the property. Cones have gone up street side so that you can't even access the driveway. In fact, if you need to access the hotel, if you're staying there, for example, well, don't even bother with the Disneyland Drive side of things. In fact, you are going to need to access Paradise Way. That is the Disneyland Drive left-hand turn into the toll booth area in order to access the rear of the hotel. That is the only way to get in to the Paradise Pier Hotel at this point. And we also noticed that on the backside of the hotel, walls have finally come down after months of being in place on this driveway because it looks like they were trying to make way for this to be the makeshift entrance to the hotel, at least for the time being as they do construction. So right alongside the parking garage is this new driveway area, and it is crammed. Don't think it can be anything other than that. It is a very small space. And they put rideshare pickup back here for the hotel too. So lots of traffic in this area. They do have cast members there to direct. And of course, when you enter the backside of the hotel, there's also a new registration, bell desk, and general store in one of their ballrooms. Yep, they had to move the front desk. The whole entrance end of the property is not being utilized at this point. Everything's been moved towards the rear, including the makeshift registration, bell desk, and the store. You'll also see that walls have gone up just past the elevators where the front end of the hotel is, and that is because the major construction is happening just beyond that door right in front of us. And the grand ballrooms that are not being utilized, well, they've also put a wall up in front of those as well. Looks like they are too getting overhauled in this process. So much happening at the Pixar Place Paradise Pier Hotel. You also see the continued paint job being tested right now on the front end of the property, as it will soon look like that throughout the entire tower. Also, it's worth mentioning to you if you are looking to stay at the Disneyland Resort in the near future or even into early 2023, at this point, we just cannot suggest even considering staying at the Paradise Pier Hotel. Not only is their construction complicating things all over the place, all the amenities are still offline at this property. Quite frankly, it's shocking that they kept the hotel open during all of this, but we encourage you to head on over to the Disneyland Hotel or the Grand Californian. Now we move on over to the Disneyland Hotel, where during our last update, we saw the digging going on. It looks like the project is now complete for the repaving underneath the Sorcerer Mickey hat here at the entrance to downtown Disney. Things are looking nice. The other major project that recently wrapped up is all of the painting of towers that was going on. The Frontier Tower, the Adventure Tower, and now the Fantasy Tower, all blue upon more blue, as they got rid of the excess beige colors on all the towers. That has now officially been completed. And we see here, it looks like the new Disney Vacation Club Tower has officially topped out at this point, which is great, which means there is going to be some interior installations coming up in the near future. We take a look at the image of what this Disney Vacation Club Tower will look like down the line in a finished form. Very exciting to say the least when it comes to all the new amenities that this hotel tower will bring to the Disneyland Hotel property. And the Fantasy Tower, the lobby tower, as they say, is completely outfitted now with a new skin of Haunted Mansion. They do this around Halloween, and all of the elevators, of course, have some Haunted Mansion hallmarks attached to them as well. We leave now and head out to downtown Disney, where the district is celebrating Halloween through October the 31st, of course. And if you can't get into the theme parks before Halloween comes to a close, you can certainly spend some time at downtown Disney and still enjoy yourself some Halloween magic. Right now, the Sanderson sisters are out in full advertising force, plastered all over the former ESPN Zone building, which is now just a gigantic Disney Plus advertising facility. You can't go inside, but boy, you know what's coming up on Disney Plus. And a little further down in the district, you have a complimentary Hocus Pocus 2 photo location right alongside Splitsville. So if you want to enjoy a little bit of a complimentary keepsake, jump in front of this Hocus Pocus 2 backdrop. And no doubt Pluto's Pumpkin Pursuit still underway. Find some pumpkins throughout downtown Disney, redeem those scavenger hunt cards for a prize. Of course, this does cost you just under $10 if you'd like to participate. And my friends, one more big look at downtown Disney's expansion. As we all know, a major rehab of this corner going towards the Disneyland Hotel is underway. Right now, grading work as well as foundation work is happening for the sake of the major expansion that will be coming to the west end of the property in the near future. Looking forward to having all those businesses and all of those eateries finally open up. And one last thing about crowds, we are now in the end game, if you will, when it comes to fall into Christmas. This is the busiest calendar time of the year at the Disneyland Resort. Pack your patience if you are coming in the near future, because every day will no doubt be a very packed day. And my friends, it has been such a pleasure being with you once again, updating you across the Disneyland Resort for all the fun and all the changes, all the news. Hey, subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It means an awful lot. And for the Kingdom Report, I'm Wade Heath. We'll see you next time for another installment of the Disneyland Drop-In.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome.